The minutes from our March 3rd meeting have been distributed. We'd entertain a motion for approval.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion. We approve those minutes as submitted.
Second, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion passes. First up on the agenda, Zach, Oak Ridge.
Yeah, the Oak Ridge Section 2 was submitted to my office, and we have reviewed it. The consultant's T-Bird Design. I believe Justin's here to present.
Good morning.
Morning, guys. All right, some handouts here. Is this okay to?
Absolutely.
Design Services. Here to present Oak Ridge Subdivision Section 2 on behalf of our client, Tippecanoe Development, LLC. Oak Ridge Subdivision, Section 2, it's a proposed single-family residential subdivision. It's on approximately 17 acres, and it's located on the west side of County Road 75 East. It's about a half mile north of County Road 500 North in Tippecanoe Township. Your handout there has some coded areas. I wanted to point out a couple things there. It's the same as this exhibit that I got up here, but the bluish purplish area is Oak Ridge Subdivision Section 1, and that was previously approved by the Drainage Board in 2016. It's about 104 lots, and it just finished up the second phase of that last year. So they're ready to move forward with the next section. So the reddish area is the Section 2 that we're talking about today. That's the 17 acres. And the green area is what we're referring to as future development, and I'll discuss that here in a minute. So existing conditions, the 17 acres, it's that red area. It's currently farmland. Almost all of it drains northerly. I didn't get it indicated on there, but there is the entrance to Oak Ridge Subdivision, the existing entrance has a big 48-inch culvert that was designed and built in the first phase, and that's where most of this area drains through right now. So, so there's a 48-inch culvert under Gainsboro Drive, that's the name of that road. And then that goes into the ravine system to the north and eventually into Burnett Creek. So, proposed condition here, we're talking, it's 36 lots. It's going to be about 1,600 feet of roadway, all the utilities associated with that. And as far as stormwater goes, we're proposing a wet bottom detention pond at the north end of that red area. And so it's going to be upstream, the detention pond is going to be upstream of that 48-inch culvert that I mentioned. It will discharge to that 48-inch culvert and continue the same path. That detention pond is going to control it's going to provide the stormwater quantity and water quality for this project. So, okay, so I mentioned the green area. So just briefly, that green area is future area because we had the room and we had a means to do it. That detention pond that you see there is also sized to handle that green area in the event that it would be developed in the future. So the detention and the water quality for that green area, what we're calling future area, could be accommodated for in this pond, the way it's designed. So, we've received a review memo from Christopher Burke on April 1st. Have no objections to any of the recommended conditions in there. So we'll ask for your conditional approval today, and if you have any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them.
Thank you, Justin. Just real quick, we did review this section. We're recommending conditional approval today. One being under stormwater quantity on the review memo. The basically the 100-year pool for the detention basin. Part of that pool elevation is inside the road right away at 75 east, within the 50 feet that's required by ordinance. We have discussed that with the applicant, and I believe they have a plan to address that. But other than that, we are ready to recommend approval as stated in the memo. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
No.
Okay.
Ask for public comment. Public comment.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anybody from the public would like to comment?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion, we approve the, or make a motion for a conditional approval for the Oak Ridge Section 2 per the Burke memo dated April 1st, 2021.
And I will second that motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, and that motion passes. Thank you, Justin. Zach?
Next project is the Wea Ridge Water Tower. BFMS did the design work. I believe they're here to present this morning.
Need to press the, am I good? All right. Hey, good morning. I'm Colin Dale with BFNS, here to present on behalf of the City of Lafayette, Wea Ridge Water Tower. Project to be located off of County Road 430 South, actually located within the county, but for the city. The 2 million gallon water tower that is located about 400 feet south of County Road 430 South. Related to drainage, part of this project is building an access road along the edge of a detention berm that is used by the school. We're maintaining the existing berm elevations, all the existing outlets, and trying to coordinate that, as best as possible. We received review comments and think everything is in order and have no objection. So we're requesting approval of this project today.
Very well, thank you, Colin. Just real quick for the Drainage Board, we are recommending conditional approval of this project as presented. It was originally submitted to the Surveyor's Office in November of 2019. There was some issues downstream to the west from adjoining neighbors, private property. The neighbors to the west of the school, forgive me, but I don't remember the name of the development off the top of my head. However, I've met with them here in the building. I met them on site. BFMS was gracious enough to meet us also there on the school's property. We looked at their concerns in regards to the detention basin, and BFMS actually took some additional topography elevation shots on the school property just to make sure that the detention basin was working correctly. And I do appreciate their efforts to do that, so thank you. The efforts of their work proved that everything was in order, and so I found no problem. So I feel like all the concerns and questions that came to me were looked into and addressed. So happy to answer any questions, but we're recommending construction approval at this time.
Okay, no questions? Anyone from the public like to comment on the project? Okay.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion, we grant construction approval for the Wea Ridge Water Tower project for the Burke memo dated March 23rd, 2021.
And I will second that motion. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, and the motion passes.
Thank you.
Zach, I believe you have some other business you brought before the board.
Thank you, Mr. President, I do. Just to refresh memories, we have a county regulated drain in Tippecanoe County and also in White County called the Butler-Gosma regulated drain. If you remember, we had a reconstruction hearing on that drain last year that was approved. We have completed the design, so we have the construction plans and the bid docs, which are available for the public to pick up and for companies to bid on. Today, I'm requesting that this drainage board appoint 2 of Tippecanoe County Drainage Board members. Also, we have reached out to White County, and their drainage board members, Steve Burton and Jim Davis, have agreed to sit on the joint board, and the 5th member required by state drainage code to be from a 3rd non-interested county. I contacted County Surveyor Dan Sheets in Clinton County, and Dan is available and willing to participate. And so I'm requesting today that this board appoint 2 of our members, appoint the 2 members from White County, Steve Burton, Jim Davis, and Dan Sheets, to the Butler-Gosma Joint County Regulated Drain Board for the May 5th, 2021 bid opening.
And then, so do we have to appoint just the 2 of us, or do we appoint all 5?
I think it's just the 2 of you.
Okay, okay. And then is that meeting here? In this?
It will be held here immediately following the Tippecanoe County Drainage Board meeting.
Okay. So I'll make the motion that we appoint myself and Tracy Brown to that joint drainage board meeting.
I will second that motion. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And the motion passes. Zach, any other business to be brought before the board?
Just real quickly, status update, the contractor did get started on the Mary Macbeth County Regulated Drain open ditch project. It's moving, the clearing is moving along quite nicely, and so good progress is being made there, and to my knowledge, the landowners are very tickled. They've been long awaiting this project, so happy to see that one moving forward. So other than that, that's all I have for today.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I just thought, I'm sorry, one other thing. I think I did send an email out on this, but just so those know, I don't think I've sent an email out to the consultants yet, but the county did work with Wolpert, and we have new contour data available for the county based off of the 2018 LIDAR data. So I hope to get an email sent out to the consulting companies. I know I sent one internally to the county offices and to the city, the local entities, the government entities, but I don't think I've got one sent out to the private consultants yet. But please know that data is available, and I'll try to get, Brenda or I will send that out to our mass mailing list. But just FYI, that's good data, long time coming, and it's countywide. It's not just an isolated area. So thank you.
Okay. Any public comment before we adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.